arrogant. That's fucking arrogant. Hello, everybody. Hello. So everyone here is a student, pretty much. Am I right? No. Is it pretty much? Pretty much everyone is a student. So we all go to University of Lincoln. Am I right in thinking that?
Yeah.
Different? No. Good. So you, how do you like the University of Lincoln?
Mediocre.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, it fucking is. I go here, and whenever I tell people I come from the University of Lincoln, they usually ask me the same question, which is why. Like genuinely, I've been asked that, and people genuinely want to know why, and I don't really have an answer other than their sort of pretty lax bar door style way of letting people in. It pretty much was just where I could go, and that's fine. It doesn't pretend to be anything brilliant, but fuck it, let's try and promote it. Let's try and get excited about it, but they make it fucking difficult. But what do we have? If you look at our alumni list, we've got some pretty good things there. We've got Thurgood Marshall, the first black person to be elected to the Supreme Court. We've got Johnny Carson, the incredible comedian and the host of The Late Show. And we've got the author and poet and musician, Gil Scott-Heron. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Dave, those people blatantly go to University of Lincoln, Pennsylvania. Fuck it, what else have we got? I'll tell you what we've got. I will tell you what we've got. We've got three things. We've got that bloke that pissed himself on YouTube for 20 quid. We've got in a national newspaper a story about first-year students having to live in fucking sheds on campus. And we've got that disastrous advertisement spotted in between us. So for the next bit, I would like to sit on Dan's knee, because Dan was very nice and he wrote me some coffee puns because I couldn't. So these are some coffee puns by Dan. This is number one. I wanted to call my girlfriend beautiful, but I didn't want to mock her. Hey! Pretty good start, Dan. Number two. Where's the best place to play games and drink coffee? The Nerds Cafe!
Fucking hell.
A little bit of a joke. Late 80s games consoles there. I really should have thought of these jokes. Come on! Thank you. And the last one, number three. I missed my espresso train to work. My boss was like, latte! Late.
Nice and contrived.
So, an easier subject now. Bring it down to something a little bit more to home. Religion. So, religion, yes. I'm not going to have a go at religion.
You don't like that.
Because that's been done by a lot of people, and you could really fill up like an hour on just the moral ambiguity of religion, but I'm not going to do that. I'm literally just going to say that I recently actually discovered I have quite a massive amount of sort of backwards respect for people who have really quite extreme religious belief. Not belief in dogma, not rules, just the belief in a God completely without reason. And I think that is quite incredible. And you only have to look at one religion to realise why it's incredible, Christianity. Look at the Bible. They've got talking snakes, magic trees, dude in the sky, a couple who managed to populate the entire earth without incest. I mean, they would have only have done it by banging each other. Intergenerational incest is the only way that could have happened, which, if you think about it, might explain why people are so fucking stupid sometimes. They've got so much crazy shit, like, it's just fairy tale nonsense. And I mean, like, honestly, if you look at it point blank, it's just fairy tale stuff. Unicorns wouldn't go amiss in some of these books. And yet, if you can believe that, that's brilliant. If you can just believe that and base your whole life around it and find good in that, fuck it, why not, you know? There's something to be proud of. But I do think that the religious leaders that know that it's bullshit, because, you know, if you just go on the facts, it's probably made up by humans. And that's fine if it gives people some worth of their life, that's fine. But I do think that the most extreme religious leaders do sometimes think, fucking hell, how am I still getting away with this shit? The Pope must think that every so often. He must. He's up there in a ridiculous hat and a cape. He's a fucking, like, Bond villain. It's ridiculous. He must be up there blessing people, giving out the wafers and whatever the hell he does, and just think, how am I still getting away with this? How has nobody realised what's going on? Loads of booze, loads of dudes dressing up crazily in a massive house. This was a frat prank that went well out. But don't have a go at him for doing that, because I'm sure we've all told lies that started off small and got big. I know I've done that. I've told a lot of stupid lies. I like to just make up things when I'm drunk. and just go on just long stories with them. There's one time me and my friend Izzy, who we look quite similar, and we've known each other our entire lives. And we were out this one night, and a friend of her boyfriend's, we decided to trick him into thinking that we were twins. I'm not sure why. We just thought it would be funny, and it was for a night. And then we realised that because he turned out to be her boyfriend's best friend, that we had to hang out with him most weeks for the next 2 years. And still pretending to be twin brother and sister. This got really out of hand. We had a birthday together. Our birthdays were a month apart. Not much, but quite a bit, really. There was one point where he got drunk and needed somewhere to stay, and she offered to stay, that he could stay at her house, which meant that I had to stay in the spare room with him on my floor, pretending that this was my room. And all of the boxes full of videos and old jumpers were my belongings. I loved. So don't have a go, because it's easy to get down to carried away with these kind of things, and you should just respect that. So anyway, my final bit, I'd like to go away from stereotypes of student comedy. I've got a story about a bong. So, who here likes weed?
Hey!
Yes! My people! A friend of mine back home, he's in a long-term relationship with his girlfriend. They live together, have done for about 2 years now. And his girlfriend doesn't like him smoking weed in the house, which is fair enough. But it pisses him off because he loves it, and he always has to go around someone else. So she won't even let him smoke in the garden. So she's going away for a weekend, and we think, great, smoke up. So we all get around his house, and we get about 2 ounces between about 8 of us. We got shitloads, and we decide we're going to make a fucking epic bomb. So we find, you know, a fish bowl they have in bars, little plastic fish bowls. We find one of them, burn a hole in it, make it into a big bomb, big load of piping, stuff like that. It's fucking huge. And into this bomb, we pour a cacophony of alcohol. We put absinthe, you know, tequila, vodka, loads of shit, fill it right up to the brim. And we use this all weekend. It's a long weekend. We're just using it constantly. And then Monday comes and we start to take it apart. And we're just about to, the last bit is the bowl. We're about to pour it down the drain. Our mate goes, no, don't do that. That's perfectly good booze. Which it isn't. Even if that hadn't been used as bong water, that would still be not perfectly good booze. That would be a disgusting mix of the most horrible booze imaginable. But he said, dude, I'm not going to allow you to drink that. That was a stupid idea. It's going to make you ill. I'm going to drink that. You know what, fuck it. You're an adult, drink it. You want to be an idiot, drink it. Right. Grabs it. Big moment. Down in one. Down on the desk. Stands, looks at us, grinning. We look back at him grinning because we know what's going to go down. And then the grin goes. And then the colour in his face goes. And then the colour in his eyebrows and hair goes. And then the colour in his t-shirt and his shoes. Everything is just a white blob of a man, like Slender Man. And he's there and he looks up at us and he just looks like he's just seen a ghost, and we look back at him like, this is going to be fucking hilarious. And he says, oh, I think I'm going to go home. Like, yeah, I think you better, mate. And he slowly gets up and walks out of the house and shuts the door, walks down the path. We follow him, standing by the doorway. And he walks down the path and he's just about to shut the gate behind him. As he shuts the gate and steps onto the pavement, he shits himself violently. A torrent rushing down his legs. And he looks back at us like, save me! We're like, no! Off you go. And he's walking back, he's got to head back, he's got nowhere else to go, and he's got no change of clothes. And he's been in those clothes for like 3 days anyway, it's fucking disgusting. He's got a 2-mile walk back to his flat. He is shitting himself the entire way. And it's just pouring out of his legs all the way up the stairs, because the lift's broken, wouldn't you know? He's walking all the way up to his steps, gets to his flat. For the next 8 days, he's unable to leave the bed. It's a constant torrent out of his anus. He's unable to move, and his girlfriend won't even enter the building. Don't do drugs! Thanks very much, that'll do me.